Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 21109, the LEGO Exo-Suit from LEGO Ideas. This is LEGO Ideas model number 7. Ages 12 and up, 321 pieces. Includes 2 minifigures, and this was available in 2014. This originally retailed for about $35, and it is only available through the LEGO Store and LEGO Shop online. You can still find this in some locations, but it is disappearing off shelves at a rapid rate. In fact, it was disappearing off shelves even since it started in August of 2014. So let's take a closer look at this set now. So here we have a look at the box in its upright position. Flip it this way to actually see the product on top. And it shows you all the information for the box. It even shows you on the top, it says Exo-Suit, as opposed to it saying it on the bottom side. It also says LEGO Ideas, number 7, and shows our figures in a nice space background. Flip it over this way, you can see the figure on the side. The antenna also stretches up that way from the front image. Exo-Suit right there. And on the back, it gets to show you the 2 characters in the set and a little bit more function with the Exo-Suit. It also shows you on here, in multiple languages, share your idea, gather support, LEGO review, and new LEGO product. This particular box is made in a style that is similar to architecture, in which it has 2 flaps on the side to open up like so. And inside of here we have all of our bags for the pieces. There are a total of 4 bags, most of them large, that are holding all the pieces in here. I'm pretty sure when I opened this the first time, correct me in the comments, but I think this was in one of the bags as well. There may have been 1 or 2 other loose pieces. We also have a nice instruction booklet with a square binding, again, similar to LEGO architecture. And inside of here, they explain how the designers worked with LEGO, how space has been a big part of LEGO since 1978, over 30 years. They also have a small story to tell about the Exo-Suit, how it was found by Pete and Eve, the 2 astronauts in the set. They got some nice imagery in here, and I actually noticed in here, Eve's face is different than the final model. They actually give her a different face in the photo than what she has in the set. They also have the same description shown multiple languages before we get to the initial instruction book. Now we have the instructions, and basically goes through step by step with very clear detail on how to build the parts. They also give you some small pictures on the side just for some close-up details of the model. It's a pretty hefty amount of instructions, but it's easy to follow. Towards the back, we get to see 2 pages for the instruction, for the piece count, and I'm pretty sure the tubes might have been separate. You'd have to check the live build that I had for this video, or for the set, to see more information. Then we also have a section in the back for the LEGO Ideas to explain further about the whole project of making a set out of a LEGO fans project. They also have that in multiple languages, and they have a win section on the back. In this set, we have a large number of extra pieces left over after building the main model. Starting from left to right, we have a 1x1 light bluish gray tile. Next, we have a 1x2 trans yellow plate. Then we have a light bluish gray Technic pin with stud. Next we have a Technic light bluish gray pneumatic T-junction piece. Next we have a trans yellow 1x1 plate. Next we have a light bluish gray robot arm. Next we have a light bluish gray pulley. I think it's a small pulley. Next we have a light bluish gray pistol piece. Next we have a friction pin. Next we have a few different 1x1 round tiles and round plates For the tiles, we have them in light bluish gray and in trans green. And as far as the plates, we have them in trans red and dark bluish gray. Actually, I might be wrong about that. It kind of looks like a chrome silver. Next, we have a chrome silver tooth piece. And then we even have an extra oxygen tank in green. It's kind of a rare one too, so I'm surprised they put an extra one in there. And it may be hard to see, but there's an extra visor in trans clear. Now we can take a closer look at the minifigures of the set, and this is the main reason most people buy this set. They have a classic style to the torso printing and the color arrangement, which is primarily green. But the design of the minifigures is supposed to imitate those of the early 1970s and even some that we still see around here and there today, but mostly during that earlier time period of LEGO space. Neither of the minifigures have alternate faces on their heads, although this one has known to have it, in some sets. And there is no printing on the back of their torsos. It's actually nice how well these are printed because we haven't had green space figures like these before. So it's really nice to get in a set like this, even if you're getting two of them. Inside of this set, we also get not only the Exo-Suit, but we also get a brick separator, which is helpful for separating small pieces. A robot turtle, because the creator, Pete, has a... he really likes turtles, is from what I've understood. And they made a robotic version to include in the set. He's got some nice chrome pieces and these nice plain heads that are used as the feet. It has some mobility and can move around, even on the legs. A little bit on the top with this little torso, or the little turret, I guess it is. Can turn around if you want it to. And a little tail in the back. Kind of a cute design. It also has a small platform where we can station these two barrels, and with the mech you can actually pick up these barrels and hold them in the mech's hands, which is a pretty cool feature. It's also a nice little assembly to get with this set. So now we'll take a look at the Exo-Suit itself, the main ideas project of this set. Now this figure stands about 6 inches, maybe 6.5 inches tall without the antenna, and with the antenna it's close to about 8 inches tall. So it's not too big that it's hard to fit in a space. It's actually a good size for all that they include with the set, even compared to a minifigure. Now I have this cockpit section open so you can actually fit a minifigure inside of here. Just simply slide him in. He actually attaches to studs. And then you simply lower this part on top of him. So you don't actually see his hands move to different controls or anything, which is okay, so you don't have to situate that when you're playing with it. I think it would actually be good to fit even any generic figure in here, not just one that's designed for space. The design of it is actually really impressive, and compared to the original design, I think they've done a really great job. I mean, Pete has closely worked on the project with LEGO designers in order to make this thing authentic, but also buildable. Because his original design had a few little quirks that may have been a little harder for kids to build with. So they made it a good design and even included some newer pieces from recent years to make it look impressive. It's actually really close in design, a little bit shorter, and a little bit different in detail, but it does cover the same kind of technical stuff that the original project had. This has a number of different ways of moving, most of which are done with ball joints. You can have a ball joint near the top of the leg, one at the knee, and one at the ankle. This applies for both legs, and this little tubing in the back is just a nice little feature to see when you move the legs back and forth. It doesn't really limit the motion by any means. So I'm not worried about that. Occasionally, though, some parts may fall off of this. As you saw, I had to reattach a piece right there. But it's just a matter of fastening them on the right way. You do have some parts that can swing out a bit if you were trying to, position it. And I don't know if that really gets in the way much. Some may claim that it does. But it actually looks good for detail if you have it posed in, properly standing. You can move the arms and a ball joint near the shoulders, and you also have these little parts that are intended to be kind of a blocking area, give a little bit more detail here. Doesn't look too great when you have it outward. Now, when you have the arms moving up and down, it's a simple little pin function, so it's not too hard to see how that works. They actually have some of the newer 2014 pieces on the ends for each of the arms. You also have an easy way to rotate the hand at the wrist, and you can close each of the fingers individually. That applies for both hands. You can also twist a toe, or a foot I guess, in a bit of a motion too, the way that the pin is attached into there. It has some really great design. I think this is a step up from what you normally see for LEGO sets in terms of design. This is something that compares in intricate detail, just, pieces thrown in to make it look technical. Something that compares to even like Benny's spaceship, where it has a lot of these in and out pieces that really don't, do much for the function. They don't really affect it, but they just look really nice. They bring the model together more, and they really make it look, mechanical. It's an easy way to open this. It's not too bad on the back, so not too camera shy. You also have these parts in the back that might, add a little bit more to the back details and make it look better. You have actually one printed piece on the entire set, and it's on the bottom. Kind of a thruster or some kind of engine or something to power the unit, but it's shown on the bottom. Not really something that's great to see or in the greatest spot to see, but at least it's printed. I guess that's not too bad either. They also have a little bit of trans yellow throughout the model, which is good, and I think it holds together pretty well. I haven't had it fall apart too many times, and some may say otherwise, but I can imagine in some parts, maybe right here or around there, or even on the bottom, it may have a little bit of fragileness. So, once you're careful with it, it's not too bad of a set. And try to put one of these barrels in its hands. So overall, I didn't just pick this up because I wanted to get the green spaceman. I mean, yes, it was a primary reason, but I also actually enjoyed the set for the set itself. It's actually a really nice model that's put together well, and I think LEGO Ideas did a great job with it. I also want to thank Peter for the idea of the model in the first place, because without that, we wouldn't have the set, obviously. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews.